everyone and welcome back to my 5th ranked game. Today we are playing Pluging Valley. Starting on this map, on this side is very difficult to move into Bravo, but it's very easy to secure Foxtrot. Therefore my thoughts were in regards to that map to bring some recon infantry which has a good fighting capability, for example the recon Yakra on the right side, and to push the middle sector with my Kustjäger into Alpha to bring a command on Alpha, and to bring only a small army at the beginning to Bravo to secure this forest at the edge of the sector, and secure the right side a bit more deeper with my scout defender as always. At the beginning I brought only one command for Delta. It's very good to play armored command to resist some mortar fire or bomber. Yakra with a helicopter to bring it on the right side of the map. There is a little plateau here on the upper side, and I try to move the Yakra then to the back line to my enemy to bring some recon to the back line. I switch now to view my own. At the beginning I brought one scout defender to move directly here into the Alpha sector to get some information what's coming down the road and moves into the forest, and to bring some fire to the enemy. So I just speed up a bit. Now to bring scout defender, one on to the middle, one to the right side to get a view on the incoming enemy. Here I played only recon infantry and one anti-tank squad. This was a mistake from my side because the anti-tank squad should be normally an anti-air. Clear mistake from my side. So scout defender is moving to the middle. And now I see some armored infantry transporters, and my scout defender start firing these transporters. Due to the fact that they are armored, I think it was not possible to kill one of them. On the right side I lost my scout defender, based I think on anti-air support. At this corner, it goes down. Then I reached the forest with my Kustjäger and I tried to march forward. On the right side the enemy engaged me a bit earlier, therefore I unload my infantry and move in to these buildings. He brought some Panzerjäger. These are easy targets for my infantry, and my enemy unload his infantry as well on the open field to move to the city and to secure this point. But nevertheless, it's very difficult to move to the city and secure it from the side. Very late I saw an incoming bomber, and I lost my anti-tank squad and one Yakra squad. This anti-tank squad should normally be an anti-air or a manpad, but on the right side I have no anti-air capability. That's very hard for me, because I saw one bomber, and I think this was not the last bombing run from his side, and we will see. My Kustjäger moving forward to the city, and here starts the fight of Foxtrot. He brought in some Formosa and some, I think it's they have also anti-air capability, but it's also elite infantry, which start fighting against my 3 recon squads. I brought another vehicle, as some of the people may know. I love this vehicle because it comes at a cost of 35 points, and it has a gun with armor penetration of 16, and It's very good to support your infantry in the early game. Sector in the middle. There were some armored vehicles at my flank which started firing at my Kustjäger, therefore I could not march forward anymore. Manasem is here in the middle to defend the strategic position. This will be sufficient anti-air capability. Yeah, Nasem is at the moment at off, because I do not know when seed planes come in, therefore my standard is off. Yeah, again, bombing run from his side. Not very cost intensive for me, because I only killed a vehicle, transport vehicle, but nevertheless anti-air is missing at this side. He will have an easy game to bomb me again and again. Therefore I think I ordered some anti-air which will come shortly. On the right side I unload my Jäger and he get in touch with a helicopter from his side and they start moving here again. It's very good from his side, he defend his flanks and brought some recon. It's very good, so I had not that easy game to march to the back line. The middle is a bit stuck at the moment because I had not that points due to the fact that I had to bring some anti-air on the right side, some infantry support to the right side. I had not a chance to bring some armored vehicles to the middle position to snipe his armored vehicles. Therefore my Kustjäger were a bit stuck in the middle. That's a big problem. Here is the anti-air capability for the right side moving in. So it's very difficult to defend this position without armored support. Therefore, yeah, it was not a micro, it was a macro mistake from my side, because yeah, I should have bring in a bit earlier some armored vehicles to clear these sectors and to give higher support for my Kustjäger. Therefore the Kustjäger and Jäger are standing here in the middle. Here again, bombing run on the right side. It's for my Jäger, another squad is gone. Some recon for the middle sector. And yeah, my anti-air is moving in very slow. So, on the left side, some empty vehicles are moving to my home sector. As I said at the beginning, I do not want to defend this sector or this flank. I want to push the middle. Therefore I got the problem that he moved some empty transport vehicles to Echo, and I brought some scout defenders to defend the line and to bring some tanks to push them back. Nevertheless, my plan is gone at the moment, because these tanks I've ordered for the left side to defend this flank are missing in the middle to get the push starting to throw my enemy out of the alpha sector, or to bring in command to the alpha sector that I have another +2 for my side. Then it will be in total +3. At the moment I have a +1, so everything is fine at the moment from the point view from my side. My Jäger back on. I think he brought in some fighting some helicopters, or I do not know. But yeah, they are gone, so good job from my enemy. He avoided that I get some view on his home sector. Manpads. I unload my manpads to move forward. Now it's a bomber coming in the middle, and I switched on my Nasem to get some fire on the bomber, but I think it was a bit too late. Oh, I think I got the bomber, and now directly switch off the Nasem and bring in some supply to refill the Nasem, which is really a good anti-air capability in the middle sector. So, his scout helicopter back on. My manpads are now moving backward to this building to snipe some incoming plains. My left side is now totally gone. There were only 2 Kustjäger and 1 manpad to get some trouble in this wood for the enemy, but it's not a real enemy for my counterpart. It was only to get him something that he has, or that he thinks that here in the forest is a big position from my side, and to bring in more infantry to Bravo. Normally people think if there is a big army, they bring in some infantry. Let's have a look on my counterpart. I do not know exactly, but no. Normally you see some infantry here in the back line to defend this. It's not the case for my enemy, and yeah, I think it's a good player. So yeah, it's a good job. So I brought Kustjäger to secure this forest. 2 manpads, split it into 2 parts, that possibly a bomber will not kill both of them, and one of them will take them down. So another scout and Jäger to defend this road if my enemy marches down the road. So in the middle it's very bombers coming in again. 2 manpads are firing, but both manpads were down. This was a bit unlucky for me, and the bomber has the chance to get out. So again, this was not good from my side. There are still no armored vehicles here. This anti-tank squad, a better position would be here in this forest line. Possibly he can snipe these 2 vehicles at the back line. I moved my Jäger, my Kustjäger a bit forward, but if I start moving to these buildings I get some fire from the left front, and they will only die. Now I brought in some mortar to get some fire support for my infantry at the front line. Start refilling my nasum and moved my transport vehicle forward. Now my enemy secured Bravo. It's a 0-0, but I'm 100 points nearly in front, so if I bring this game over time, 29 minutes left, it's still a very long time, I will win this match. So therefore I took the decision to get a bit more defense than pushing forward, but now my enemy starts to push forward. He brought some motorized infantry, and against my Kustjäger, my scout vehicle moved a bit too far. Normally to the forest line shouldn't be sufficient. I do not know. Possibly I clicked on the wrong target. So I moved my anti-tank squad a bit forward, but he has no line of sight to these vehicles. So now these vehicles are firing to the left side on my Kustjäger. My Kustjäger are now taking slowly down his infantry. But at this stage I had no capability to move forward in the middle sector. So some mortar firing to support my infantry. Therefore I move the infantry back. That's like no mortar fire. This is for sure too many elite infantry in the middle doing nothing. I think this is a big problem, so I had to start fighting a bit earlier with them and to probe the middle sector. I was a bit too sure with my 100 points in front that nothing will happen, and it was a good defensive position here with Kustjäger in the forest, armor at the backline to support the Kustjäger in infantry fights. He had my enemy, if he drives down the roads, he will get some fire. Scout defender here to defend the flank another scout defender here, that he will not bring in another scout to the back line through this forest and yeah, too much to my other front. On the right side, another scout defender to secure the base and to have a bit side here on the plain to get some side if there is a problem for this command vehicle. So my FSK is moving through the forest. Here's another scout infantry to bring to the middle sector to get some view. So my Kustjäger, my Jäger are moving forward to get a bit more information what's here in the middle. And he saw nothing. On the right flank, I moved my empty transport vehicles to probe what's here. In the middle, nothing happened. On the right side, it's also a stall position. And I start to strengthen my defensive line, that he has not a chance to move in the forest here between Foxtrot and Delta to make some trouble. Now I brought another NASM for the right side to be sure that I have enough anti-air capability. I think I placed the NASM here. For this map it's sufficient to have two anti-air vehicles like the NASM, because you have one NASM here which supports round about this sector, and you have another NASM here which supports round about this sector, and most of your infantry is between both anti-air NASMs, which will be sufficient if you start bombing runs. You will lose possibly your infantry or your units here in the middle, but he will also lose his planes. And a good bomber normally has around about 120, 140 points, and yeah, then he needs to bomb, for example, for Kustjäger squads. That at the end it will be a good trade for him. So now he brought in some commandozis against my normal Jäger. I moved my Jäger back. That's a good thing. If you are heavily under fire and you think you can't stand the enemy, put your weapons off. This is really yeah, a must, that you put out the weapons if you move your Jäger back, because if you do not switch off the enemy the guns, the enemy will take you down due to the fact that Jäger are moving backwards, but they are still firing, and your enemy can still fire on them. As you can see, I brought Jäger back and I didn't lose the squad, so it's a big micro intensive, but it's really sufficient if you play elite infantry, that if you can stand the fight, that you switch your weapons off and move backward. And now I try to refill them, but I think, yeah, he brought in more infantry. Now he killed my supply and he's moving to this forest. On the right side nothing happened very special, so Kustjäger now fight down with both Wach regiments. Due to the fact that they get mortar support as always from my side, I normally do not play any infantry without mortar support, because yeah, you can play, for example, Jäger, or you can play normal infantry, not only elite infantry. If you have the possibility to support your infantry with mortar fire, every infantry squad can then take down elite infantry or other squads. It's very easily. Now this was a micro mistake from my side, because at this stage I didn't know that he had some commandoses here on the left side, and I ordered this vehicle a bit earlier, and therefore I had to stop it before, unload my infantry to move to this forest. My Kustjäger here also switch the weapons off and try to move backwards, but the commandosi were already here in the flank. So, Kusjäger will take down the last Commandosi squad. I found an enemy tank there, due to the fact that I moved my Jäger to the forest line, and I ordered a tow helicopter, yes, to take down the enemy tank. So, all in all, Kusjäger could stand the enemy rush, and now I ordered some support, another Kusjäger, and then I had to start to bring in some FSK, because I had not any Kusjäger in the deck, because I lost too many here in the middle. I lost 2 squads at Bravo, and therefore I need to fill up my infantry with normal FSK. Let's say normal FSK is still elite infantry, but they do not have the anti-tank capability like Kusjäger. Kusjäger, the 90s, have an anti-tank gun which fires 20 rounds per minute, coming with a penetration of 25. The FSK have an anti-tank gun which fires, they have a reload time of 5 seconds. They have a bit more reach, but the problem is I think it's guided, and therefore it's not that good to fight in the forest with FSKs against enemy vehicles, because nevertheless the enemy vehicle, due to the fact that it's not fired instantly, it's a guided rocket, they have some time until the enemy vehicle is hit. Therefore the enemy has normally, let's say, first hit, because his shot hits the enemy, your FSK, a bit earlier. And therefore they do not have the anti-tank capability from my point of view as the Kusjäger in the forest, or in some close range engagements. So my armors were empty, therefore I moved it a bit forward to this forest, I think, to get refilled by the Scania and by the helicopter, to get some more fire support for my infantry on close range. Right side still a stall, on the left side is stalled. I'm 100 points in front, 20 minutes left, and there now the next infantry rush comes in from his side. Problem was my mortar were reloading, and this was only an anti-transport vehicle to probe the anti-tank capability of my enemy here in this forest and in these buildings. It's always good to have anti-transport vehicles to move down the road. Now I got some artillery fire on my mortar from his side. Possibly he didn't fire, but I think he saw as my mortar moved in. So another supply moving in. FSK is moving to the forest. Jäger moving up this forest line to take down the vehicles which are firing on these units. FSK heavy losses. Kusjäger had heavy losses. And now he brought some, they come at a cost at 10, some vehicles on the left side which take down my supply, and I do not have any tank capability here still in the forest. Therefore my vehicles need to fire on them, and we'll take them down. Now bomber moved in. I saw first the bomber, therefore I put on the NASAM, but his seed plane goes down, and another NASAM fires on his bomber, but I think this bomber survived, but I took down his seed plane. So another NASAM were ordered instantly to refill or to regroup the anti-air capability, but these 2 NASAMs are sufficient to take this sector clear from bombers. Now again my lead infantry is engaged here at this sector. I brought in Tau. There it was ordered a bit earlier as well, because I saw this vehicle moving down my left flank in the middle, therefore I ordered a tow helicopter to get some fire support against these vehicles. So now I brought them to the middle to defend, possibly in incoming tanks which drive down this road. I have Marine Jacker here at front line, which will get some recon. Now I spotted his anti-tank, anti-air. Moved in Scout Defender and lost one of the Tau helicopters. FSK, I'm not 100% sure. Possibly they didn't saw this anti-air due to the fact that they are standing behind the flames. Now he moved in with tanks, as you can see. The problem of the FSKs, they have in the forest line, the anti-tank capability is very bad. If I had at this stage some Kustjäger here, both tanks were not the problem for one Kustjäger squad. They would be taken down by them. But nevertheless, my deck was empty. I didn't had any Kustjäger in my deck at this stage, and therefore it was very difficult to push against these tanks. Also, my Jäger wagon, I still had this little position on the right side. I had a position in the middle, 2 vehicles at the left flank and 1 Scout Defender to defend this sector. FSKs are still behind the flame wall, and therefore now I moved them back. Do not know exactly why. And I brought in more FSK. FSKs at this deck come with helicopters, so I had not a possibility to move a bit more forward because I unload them at the back line and then moving forward. So now Delta is gone. Possibly my enemy had brought a command vehicle at this edge of the sector, and therefore I tried to push my enemy out. He now has +2 per second. That's very bad for me because there are still 15 minutes to go. So, as I thought earlier, the FSKs, okay, do not have that bad anti-tank capability, but they are not as good as the Kustjäger. Now I brought a Draken to bomb the enemy vehicle, possibly, but I didn't hit the enemy vehicle. But my Draken had the chance to disengage and will start another bombing run a bit later. So, FSK, 1 infantry squad against 2 elite infantry squads. So, one of them were panicked. The FSKs did a good job. Now I brought in some tanks due to the fact that my FSK in the deck are nearly gone at this stage as well, and therefore I brought in some tanks. There is another bombing run from his side, and I switched on my NASM. As you can see earlier, it went off. Now the NASM starts firing, another one starts firing, and we got down the bomber. So this NASM, both of them need resupply. So in the middle, at this stage I killed his enemy at the front line, I thought, and some commandos appeared at the edge of the forest, and yeah, my tank starts fighting. I moved this one away. So now I didn't know how and why, but my F-16 block goes down without dropping the bomb. This plane wasn't stunned. It has a bomb position command, and yeah, I was not 100% sure at this stage why this plane went down. So my tanks get some support for the Commandosi. Here's another bombing round of the Kraken. Same position, but there were no enemy command vehicle. I did not get my tanks back because I know that the Commandosi has not that big anti-tank capability. Therefore, I'll leave these tanks here at the front line, but the Wach regiment took them down. That's where my problem. At this stage, I was nearly out of infantry, so therefore I had only one chance. There are 12 minutes left. Yeah, we have even points, and therefore I brought tanks. I had not another option. Normally, you do not bring tanks to fight in forest or to take down infantry in forest or to hold a position. But at the stage, really, I did not have any chance due to the fact that my whole infantry were gone. I lost that many Kustjäger, I lost that many FSKs, so I'd always tried to bring them back, but yeah, it didn't work most of the time, and therefore I had to bring some tanks. At this stage I will get a bit fast forward. So now the middle sector is nearly gone. Now my enemy starts, very interesting, starts firing on the main positions where you normally have your command. Therefore, I love to play an armored command and to bring it in the position here in the forest or here in the forest, that the enemy had not chance to snipe it by luck here in the buildings. So I brought in my last infantry squad. It's a recon squad, the Jäger, and some tanks. It's good to have a tank here in this forest, because as you can see, it's very easy for this tank to snipe incoming infantry vehicles, because he has the possibility to shoot down here the road. So at this stage my NASM were gone. I tried to move into this forest because at this stage of the game I thought it's secured. It's still secured, this forest, but my enemy did a good job and moved down this forest line. Let's have a view on his. Yeah, he brought in elite infantry to this sector. On the right side, nothing special, some recon, some tanks to defend if I bring some infantry from Foxtrot or if I try to rush on the right side. And I think it's very interesting to get neutral view. And nearly the same on my left flank. I have some vehicles and a scout to defend my left flank, nearly the same as he did here, because I think was a good player. I had some chat with him after this match, because I think he's aware that he has a bad position at Foxtrot, because Foxtrot is very difficult to defend if you come from this side. If you move in from this side or drive down this road, you have only a view positions where you can bring in your command. It's this building, and this forest. And these are very easy targets for bombing runs of the enemy. If you bring in, if you start from here, from my side, and if you bring in some command to secure Bravo, it's normally this position or this forest position, and your enemy has as well a very easy to bomb you out of this position or of this position. So if you start on this side, it's very easy for you to defend Foxtrot, but very difficult to defend Bravo. If you start on the side of my enemy, it's very easy to get Bravo, but it's very difficult to get into Foxtrot. So therefore, normally it's only a fight in the middle, to bring a command here to this forest or to this forest from my enemy's view, or I only have the possibility to bring some commands here in this sector. Then it's very difficult to hold this position. You need really good anti-air capability, because bombers will take you down and bomb you out of this position. But if you can neutralize this sector for a few seconds, normally it will be sufficient for you to win this game. Therefore, at this stage of the game, it's very hard for me, because I didn't have any infantry left, and therefore my enemy starts to get into my backline and to infiltrate this forest. So at this stage I only tried to hold my position. That's it. So I ordered a bomber because I had the position of the LSTR, but the bomber were taken down by his anti-air. Here again the Draken. Now I hit the command. I think it's still even with the points at this moment, so I took down the command. So at this point of the game I only tried to attack this position and to bring bombers and bombers and bombers to kill his command vehicle. Now I brought some vehicles, FSK squad, to take down his FSKs, but there another squad of Commandosi moved in, and it's getting very difficult for me. So, Commandosi, normally you never play elite infantry doubled, you only play it in a single squad, and I think now we're very lucky. Let's show his view. My command, keep in mind, is standing here, and I had the chance to get his Commandosi stuck before he had some sight on my command, and I will take him down. I ordered some other vehicles. These are not tanks, these are really vehicles to defend the flank, and that's it. So let's have a neutral view at the end of the game. Normally I played only from my point of view, but nothing special I think will happen. As you can see, I only push forward with the last squads I have in my deck to bring him out. He brought also command at the edge of the sector, and now it's a +2 for him every second. But I do not have the chance to push him out of the sector due to the fact that there's no infantry left in my deck, and he has a big favor. He's in my back line. He outnumbered me in the middle. Now F-16 block. It's cluster bomber. It's coming in to bomb him out. Bombs going out. I do not know if it's I bombed the middle position, the edge, but nevertheless this game is gone. At the end I learned a lot, because I had a chat with my enemy and he's played I think a motor, I do not know exactly, I think it was a motorized or mechanized Eastern Collation deck, and he easily outnumbered me with his infantry at the middle. It was not that good game from my side as well. Now it's going down some mortar fire. I panicked his vehicle, but I think I didn't have a chance to take it down. Normally if you play this map you need more infantry to push the enemy out of this sector and to get into Alpha. My enemy did very well because he pushed me out and brought a command to this sector, and as you can see, 3 minutes left and he is nearly 70 points in front. So this match is lost from my side. But at the end I learned a lot out of this match. I will amend my deck a bit. I will think about that to bring or to have more infantry in my deck, because it's very, very difficult to play against an enemy which has a lot of infantry and he still outnumber you at your position. Then it's very difficult for you. Now another funny fact is here on the right side, as you can see. He brought in this army from here to the city and now it's moving out, and that he didn't see my command. So Nathan is firing and took down the plane. So if you bring your command behind this vehicle in this little forest, it's very, very difficult for your enemy to identify it and to take it down. So therefore he brought a seed plane, but yeah, as you know from my previous videos, normally my Nasum is out and therefore he had not a chance. I activated it a bit too late, otherwise I think I would have the chance to take down his seed plane. So I directly switched off the Nasum, that another seed run will not kill it. So, at the middle sector, it's totally gone because I was outnumbered. I brought in a command on a later stage. I tried to push again, but I saw that I had not a chance, therefore, yeah, this was my 5th game. It was lost. I was outnumbered in the middle, but nevertheless, I learned a lot. I hope you had fun watching this game, and yeah, hopefully I come back very soon with another match, and yeah, to show you what's going on and what were my thoughts. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, please leave some comments if I should do anything better, or if you have some hints, or and if you want to see the whole view during the replay, or if it's fine for you if you only see my view and hear my thoughts. So please let me know. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good time. Bye!